Welcome to a 7 versus 8 game. Archangel requested this game to show off some airplay. We can see Archangel here in red, starting air and the Guardian command. Archangel is gonna make 2 swifts at start to scout, I think. And we can see here Mark Gibbs, he started with 2 commanders because he was a player who had because it was an uneven team. One player gets 2 commanders, the highest rated player on that team. And that was Mark Gibbs this game. And in the other team we can see that the enemy went for a gunship player. And Video Game Freak looks like he's gonna try to make some Hercules, like he might try to kidnap a commander with Gnats and here. So that means Archangel is gonna be pretty much unopposed in there if Video Game Freak sticks to his plan of comnapping with Gnats and this Hercules. So yeah, that's doing some scouting just, and yeah. Like you can, if you're alone like this, you can even go to harass the gunship player's factor like this. It's pretty effective, like you just fly above it and damage it. But you have to take a bit of care so you don't take too much fire from like commanders or like turrets and stuff. But yeah. Like Video Game Freak is stalling out a bit, and Archangel is even landing here to get some extra defense against these units. Yeah, that's pretty funny. And Archangel fails and almost finished Hercules. That's a pretty good start. And the Archangel, Archangel retreats just in time to save all his swifts alive. So yeah. And he can't, and yeah, this gets cancelled once again. And yeah. Archangel made some more. But now Archangel could have sent off these really damaged swifts to repair, but Archangel lost one. And will Archangel lose another one? No. By boosting at the right time, Archangel saves these. So that's pretty nice. How did Archangel get so much response? Not quite sure. Yeah, Archangel is gonna put these on auto retreat. That's pretty good. Like having your swifts on auto retreat makes them boost automatically when they get low on health, and makes them return to base automatically. And considering there's not any air that Archangel needs to deal with for the moment, going for bombers is a good choice in this situation. Meanwhile, the front is looking kind of stable, like there's some artillery on the side. Not that much. There was a commander going down there. Some Scorcher interactions, we're also doing some scouting here. It's like being able to scout these tridents means Archangel can expect to face off some tridents and try to avoid them. But Intel might see the tridents, but there's not much intel. Like the tridents might be here, and you might not want to bomb this commander, it depends really. So at this point you don't know where the enemy AA is, because there's not really much radar coverage in the middle, and these units have probably not this one. But yeah, there's a lot of AA going up now. But there's not much AA here. And yeah. Archangel, I'm not sure what Archangel is gonna go for, probably this commander. It's a good target. Yeah, Archangel sees the commander. Good. Kills the commander. And avoids most of the AA, yes, this crasher dealing some damage. Archangel took some damage from the explosion though. But yeah, that can be repaired cheap enough. So a nice pickup. And yeah, and this air repair pad is necessary when you have it's like it takes quite a while to rearm these bombers, so having more than just the airplane Also, the Ravens are gonna stay on the pad. The pad has some build power, but not much. It's only like 2.5 build power per pad, so that's really low. So these Ravens will take a really long time to repair on the air pad itself. So you want to boost the repair rate with like caretakers on commander. And you can see here, Archangel is using this caretaker just for repairing at this moment. And here comes the Ravens again, going for another commander. And a nice clean kill. This one bomber. No, that's not much. Like, yeah, this AA. There is a little AA on the map, but they're not in the right position. Like, these fighters are just out of position. That's something, that's an advantage that this middle gives them. Like, you're able to, like the tridents that you go around, they have to like be out of position. It's hard to go around here and be in the place where the bombs are coming. It's also hard, like, on this map it's hard to have radar coverage, so yeah. Yeah, it's hard to see the incoming bombers and react to it. And Archangel is going for Lico now. Also some raining dome here by Marcus, like Marcus is doing pretty good damage with these raiders, killing a commander and stuff like that. So yeah, Archangel might have sniffed out this commander, that's 400, he's a player as well. Highest rated player in the enemy team. And Archangel is gonna avoid that commander, maybe Archangel, yes, Archangel sees his commander now. Spreads out against the Stardust and against the Negative. And yeah, gets a pretty clean kill. Loses 2 bombers, but that's not a big loss for killing the commander. Yeah, that's definitely worth it. And here comes some bombers from Video Game Freak. Like on a map like this cramped, this narrow, it's hard to do much with gunships, I think. Like these slow gunships. Crowd can be pretty good. What do you call them? Yeah, the Nimbus can be pretty good. Otherwise, I wouldn't really like Cloak Revenants can be good. Otherwise, I don't think gunships like they have really limited. Like you can't really go around anything, and there's like not anything to outmaneuver. So yeah, here comes 6 bombers. They could go for a factory, they could go for a commander. They have 4,800 like burst damage, and yeah, Archangel might even run into some. Yeah, this player has built a lot of AA in their base, so yeah, probably not your preferred choice, but you can still get a factory and get out with not that many. So far, Archangel hasn't lost anything, so that's good. Now Archangel is gonna try to get out of here and go in the same way. Go in the same way that you came. So you have a pretty good idea, like along the edge of the map, because yeah, you can usually build a that far out. So yeah, that seems to be a free pickup for Archangel. Archangel is gonna drive by this Stardust. But it's not enough to kill anything. So basically a free pickup. Although your bombers are spending quite a bit of time like going around and yeah, and here come the alert Licho. Let's see if there's any good target. This looks like a good target. This is spot on radar. Yeah, good, nice. Almost made 1,000 cluster, I'd say. It takes a bit of damage, so you have to be careful, like if there's stingers. Yeah, like the stingers, netting. Yeah, that takes a bit of damage. Yeah. And yeah, that team is falling way behind now. Patricia options chose to scout, which except you should buy, maybe scouting for nuke or something. I mean, scouting for nuke is kind of expensive that way, but yeah, it's your best choice scouting with Swifts. Or Swifts are the best way to scout if the enemy has AA. Otherwise, Owls are pretty good at scouting as well. So yeah, Archangel almost has a second Witcher now, and yeah. Question is, what would the next choice? Or like, there's a good choice. If Archangel has seen this like Cloakybot army, that would be a good target for these Nickos. Like getting a commander is decent. I mean, 2. Give this commander with 2 of them. And Archangel gets a commander. Even though the trials are there, they wasn't in that good position. They would have been a little bit more forward. So yeah, that's why it's hard. Like reacting to radar, incoming radar is kind of hard on this map. Like the player doesn't even have any radar coverage there, so yeah. It's hard to react in time with enough AA against the ghost. And Legos take quite a time to rearm as well as repairing it. Like, yeah, repairing this takes a lot of time. And you want your Legos to be at full health if you're making long runs, because if you want to die for the valuable targets, they're gonna be quite forbidden. But on the other hand, if you just like dive in the shield bond armor, that would be a pretty easy target to like win this kill. But yeah, it's hard to know if you're not paying a lot of attention to see how big this cloaky army is, because yeah, some units are always cloaked, so it's kind of hard to know. And this big bird they just got up, but there's not a lot of AA here. There's one turn that's just way much win, and these riders are all in positions. So yeah, that big bird that was wasted. Wait, did Archangel even lose a single unit? I don't think so. So yeah, that's pretty sad. I mean, making a big bird on so far on a forward position like this is very risky. Like, you can, there's a lot of artillery that can hit it, like impalers or like, yeah, or a Merlin, or people get a missile silo, yeah. And here comes Lecho, it's gonna be close to this army, but will Archangel spot it? Archangel is going for what? Decent. I mean, killing a few wins and next. That's what, 8? About 1 lost. Yeah, and here comes Lecho against. This will be a juicy target. That's a pretty good hit. Doesn't take much damage in turns, so yeah, barely has to repair this. Yeah. Having the A in the right place to counter Rico is pretty tough. You need a lot of like local A to kill a Rico. Like, the best thing is probably to have like reacting with Swifts. That's usually the best way to react to Licos. On a cramped map like this, here comes another Lico. Goes for that. I would rather have gone for the 2 impalers like they were bunched up. That would have been much more worth it. That's about 400 cost for that mix and the surrounding wind generators. The impalers are like 1400, so yeah, that would have been a better target. Team is wanting to resign, and yeah, they're very far behind. Basically, cannot come back from this. And bombing a factory, that's pretty annoying. Factory has exactly 4000 HP, so like if anything surrounding the factory is gonna stop repairing it, it's gonna survive. So yeah, you need something more factory needs to be a bit damaged, like you need 3 Lickos or 1 Raven or 2 Lickos to destroy the factory, basically. The Licker comes in again, maybe trying to kill the factory, but the factory is going to be fully healed once Archangel comes back, so that does nothing. And loses Archangel first Licker, but yeah. Archangel's teams are really winning at this point, so it doesn't really matter. Rex is gonna stubble and try to make it worth again. Oh, and goes in against these fellows. Fellows are like, Archangel got 2 felons there, which is, I mean, that's about 1200 cost, but also lost the go against these felons, so yeah, you gotta be careful if you go going against a shield wall and the enemy has to follow with a look go. I would prefer if the Lickos were like, the felons were great. Archangel is gonna bomb the factory and just barely doesn't hit it. Still have a lot of bombs and Lickos, so yeah. As you're pushing into the enemy base, it kind of gets harder to damage because there's more AA covered, especially if there's like the enemy has built a lot of static AA. So yeah. Go for these gunships, and it looks like it gets these and that hit. Might even lose a little in the streets. Not funny. Lickle survives. Yeah, hitting gun since that the Lickle aims for points and doesn't actually follow the target. Hitting gunships can sometimes be tricky in that sense, like they can be pretty spread out. But, I mean, going for the factory again, using quite a bit of bombers, so not really worth it, but yeah, it doesn't really matter at this point. So yeah. That's basically the end of the game. And you can see here that Archangel got both, got 3 awards here, the Air Force General, the Headhunter, and the Complete Annihilation Award. So yeah, you can see that Archangel did almost all their damage. Oh, like, how much damage is that? Like 9? Yeah, like 17 damage, not done by the air. So yeah, if you look at value killed here for Archangel, I think you can see quite distinctly the bombing runs that Archangel made. Yeah, so yeah, killing commanders like that is good. Yeah, this was killing the Big Bertha, that was a completely out of position. But the enemy team had basically already lost by that point. Yeah, you can see the Big Bertha there. Quite a dip, but yeah, the enemy team had basically lost by that point. But yeah, you can see how basically the enemy team overspent in AA, and Archangel was still able to go around the edges and bomb commanders very cost effectively. So yeah, yeah, it's usually better to chase the enemy with some swifts to prevent like that bombing for a while, at least, until the like the AA density gets too much, then you can't really do bombing anymore. Yeah, GG.